If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's have a good Saturday. Yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? Happy Saturday. It's a good day, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up on me. Shout out everybody in the chat right now. I see J.R. Miller, my guy Zen Master, High Def, Arius, Baby G, Trey 979, Rob, Justice, Black Hippie, Ricky, Sanaa. I see y'all, man. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all doing good? Let's keep the music going, man. We got some things to talk about today. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward to you, hoping that you pass it forward as well. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Hope everybody's reaching their goals and getting to the success, getting to the money, doing what you got to do to get it out here in any way, shape, or form. Just keep that positivity, man. Keep a good brain upon you. What up, Wilt Stumbleton? Stumbling. I always say Stumbleton. I always want to say Stumbleton, man. You should just change your name to Wilt Stumbleton. Then I won't fuck it up. What's going on, y'all? Hey, we got some things to talk about. Today, and I want to start it out with Euphoria. Now, Euphoria being a show that I am not a watcher of, I do understand the premise around it, you know, showing a vivid depiction of youth and when it comes to drugs, sex, violence, and just giving a vivid depiction of what that would be like, you know, for viewers. This is a show on HBO. I don't know how many of y'all have watched the show Euphoria, but I hear a lot about Euphoria on social media. The, you know, Rue, which is played by Zendaya's character, and just a bunch of other things that go on in the show. And this, you know, she's the lead, and it follows her and her journey through like drug addiction and stuff like that, and things going on around her, you know. And from what I'm hearing and from what I've heard over the past however long the show has been up, it has done a great job to reel in the watchers by showing them that type of depiction of what life will be like for young teenage kids. And I know it's a big hit amongst a lot of people. Now I'm pretty sure it's, you know, built up a cult fan base. What up, Ty? So with that being said, good old D.A.R.E popped its head in and said, you know what, we want to go ahead and chastise Euphoria for being a show that glorifies drugs and violence and sex with the youth, and they basically are saying that they amplify it and that they glorify it, that they don't, or that they basically encourage it. Let me read to you what they said. They said they're glamorizing drug use among real kids. HBO might think it's revolutionary to show Zendaya snorting it up on camera, but one group is just saying no to TV drug use. The good old folks at D.A.R.E are speaking out on what they say is the glamorization of substance abuse or substance use, and in many cases abuse, that's depicted throughout the hit scenes Euphoria, especially right now as season 2 gets underway. A rep from D.A.R.E tells TMZ, rather than further each parent's desire to keep their children safe from the potentially horrific consequences of drug use or drug abuse and other high-risk behavior, HBO's television drama Euphoria chooses to misguidedly glorify and erroneously depict high school student drug use, addiction, anonymous sex, violence, and other destructive behaviors as common and widespread in today's world. Well, TMZ, glad you posted that about D.A.R.E because let me tell you something about D.A.R.E. If you remember anything from school, good old D.A.R.E used to be right there in the schools telling all the kids, hey, we want you to not do drugs. We're here to prevent you from doing drugs. Since I was in elementary school, I can remember D.A.R.E and the different things we had to do for D.A.R.E, assignments and assemblies and classroom visits from mascots. That was when since I was in elementary school. Tell me how good of a job D.A.R.E has been doing. Please tell me. I think D.A.R.E needs to focus on their tactics in their approach and their attempt to try to help spread the awareness of drug use amongst the youth. I think they need to practice on doing that, executing that better instead of worrying about Euphoria. First of all, not everybody can get HBO Max. And second of all, we can't escape reality, bro. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and try to encourage people to do drugs, but we're not going to escape reality. Reality is what it is. This is what's happening. Yes, we want to try to prevent these type of things, but we also cannot escape it. It is the reality. These young kids are on drugs. These young kids are promiscuous. These young kids are violent. It doesn't make sense for Euphoria to be some type of cookie cutter series for D.A.R.E. They're not trying to appease. They're not trying to please D.A.R.E. They're trying to show a depiction of what it's like for the youth to come up and there being drugs involved, violence involved, sex involved, all types of shit, because that's real. It's real life. Hurricane JW said, this is no different from that movie back in the day called Kids, classic movie. Yeah, I've seen that too. Like, it's a very vivid depiction of things that happen in the youth. Simo said, y'all remember Drug Awareness Week? We called it Red Ribbon Week. Drugs are bad, okay? Sanaa said that's that Ronald Reagan era bull-ish. You're right. And I don't think it's a good look for D.A.R.E because so many people can bring up the fact that D.A.R.E has not contributed to help stop the war on drugs or try to help prevent the youth from doing drugs. They didn't do anything like that. D.A.R.E didn't do that shit. We have to have a bigger conversation around that, and I think people creating TV shows and then becoming hit TV shows and not just sitting around showing that and basically showing the side effects as well, because apparently that motherfucker's going through it. They just said Rue now on the show is doing fentanyl. And it's like, yeah, they're bringing attention to that because guess what is now the leading cause of death now over the big C that is going on all over the world? Fentanyl. Fentanyl has now become the leading cause of death over all that other shit. So why wouldn't you bring attention to that? Why wouldn't we highlight something like that? It makes no sense to me. But I wanted to touch on that real quick because that shit, and I wanted to get it out the way because D.A.R.E is a trip for that shit. D.A.R.E, you need to work on your tactics. You guys have not done anything successful with stopping drug use in the community. The last thing you want to do is go at people that's actually making a tip to bring real awareness to some shit. That's all I'm saying. Ari said, I asked a girl at work if she knew what it was, and she said no, they did something else new instead of D.A.R.E. Yeah. They're trying new tactics because their old ones didn't work. So now I said I dare them to start at the very top if they want to solve the real problem. Yeah, that's one thing they will shy away from. They're not going to call out the American government. They're going to call out Euphoria because it's a good way and it's an easy route to go, and because Euphoria is really popular. But D.A.R.E, stop that shit. Now let's keep moving, man, because I don't want to talk about D.A.R.E all day. I want to keep moving. I gotta talk about this shit because it seems like there is some pod shit going on right now. What up, Young Rain? There's some pod beef going on between the Joe Budden, or not really Joe Budden them, but Joe Budden had to talk about something. And it was the Ari Lennox situation. If you guys didn't see that, Ari Lennox is a singer. If you guys don't know who she is, a very popular singer. She was on a South African podcast called Podcast and Chill with host MacG. Now, I have no idea who that is, and I didn't know who that was until this clip went viral of what happened. So for those who don't know, she was on that show, and the guy ended up asking her a very explicit question, which turned out to be a lyric from one of her songs. Now, she took offense to it and ended up, after she left the interview, went on Twitter and went on social media to talk about how she felt uncomfortable and asked why she was alone in the interview with the guy and why the shit didn't get scrapped like they said it would, like her team said it would. She said she felt ambushed. And Joe Budden had some things to say about that, and I want y'all to hear that real quick so y'all can get a good idea of what was said.
On here going off, and I don't like what I'm getting in return. Maybe I should stop.
Yo, and I'm gonna say this too as an artist. I am. I wasn't gonna say it, but I am gonna say it, yo. Because I think I have the license to say this, right? As probably one of the most introspective acts ever, a rule of thumb for me was, if I say it in a song, it's in the world.
Hit that like button.
It's on board to be discussed from people. Mm-hmm. If I go in the street and a fan see me, they might say, yo, that verse in Only Human when you was talking about such and such and such and such. Like, it can be brought up. Mm-hmm. Once it's documented,
it lives.
It exists.
Shout out to
That
D.A.R.E.
was something I used to battle with as an introspective artist. I'm not saying that the South African podcaster was right or wrong, because it's not my place to say. But Ari Lennox's last 9 verses have been sexually explicit. If you're sitting with a shock jock, I'm not saying that he's right or wrong. Don't try to twist my fucking words. You have to know that anything you have ever said in a song
could potentially be
on record to be discussed.
Now,
could he have done that in a much more classy and tasteful way?
Of course.
Of course.
Now, wait a minute, though.
But for Ari Lennox afterward to act like, where did he even find the nerve, courage, and gall to ask me such an explicit question? Fam, I've listened to all your last guest verses. I love them shits. Part of why I love them is because you talking that talk.
Now, look.
You kill that. She been killing this shit.
Hold on. Now, the problem with that could be, like you said, had some international, not so friendly news. So the label could be putting me with this person. Now, I don't know who they are. I don't know how they give it up. The label could be saying, yo, go do this because it's going to help us with this. So I might go in there under the wrong pretenses, thinking that this person is here to kind of like help clean my image up, not bring up this shit that I didn't want to talk about.
Well, I have to bring up that point because, like I said, during the interview, the guy asked her the question. He said he said something along the lines, so are you getting fucked real good right now? Is somebody fucking you real good? That's what he said. And she was like taken off guard, like, what the fuck? Like, what? why'd you ask me that? Why'd you say it like that? Or whatever the case, like she was taken off guard. He said, that's what you said in your song. That was in the one song that you had. I heard what you said. Like basically saying that, and then at the end of the video, towards the end of that clip, she was like, well, I guess I did say that in the song. But it's like, okay, well, maybe he just got it wrong by asking the question that way, but don't try to make it seem like this dude was on some like predatory fucking all men are creepy, men are fucking, like, don't try to put that on his character. Yeah, maybe he was wild with how he said the shit, but he didn't. I didn't see him being somebody that was like trying to be creepy or trying to be rapey or anything like that, or weird. Like it was in the song, so like it was weird how that transpired. So we had a bunch of people, of course, on the internet talking about, oh, why was this happening? Just because this, and giving all types of excuses. But I see where Joe was coming from, because Joe was getting it from all types of ends. And I guess the dude that Joe was talking about, who had the interview with Ari Lennox, had something to say, and it wasn't even nothing about the Ari situation. This was these dudes talking about how they were the #1 podcast, urban podcast, and they're from South Africa. They're not even from America. So the #1 urban podcast in America is a podcast from South Africa. It's not a podcast from America. And they were bragging about that shit, which was weird to me also, because bruh, can we please stop that weird, all niggas from different countries trying to shit on Americans because this and that, or because America thinks they sold this. Like, I see that. I hear it in the way he was talking. Like, listen to this. I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear how he was talking. Listen to what they said.
You know what I mean? Like,
yo, someone made me realize we the fucking biggest urban podcast in the world. Did you realize that?
Urban podcast in the world.
Check Joe Budden's numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
It depends on what are we comparing.
Okay, let's go to Joe Budden, right? His last episode. Okay. Joe Budden podcast. His
Because you
last
see, that
episode.
podcast is
Cool, here we go.
It's vague.
Here we go. Here's Joe Budden's last podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this.
A week ago. 128,000 views.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube, okay? Come to us. Our show.
The Monday show.
The Monday show last week. 363.
Oof.
Let's go to Rory and Mal.
Rory and
Mal.
So Rogan doesn't count as urban.
No, he's white. Look at this. Rory and Mal.
Urban is black. Yeah.
Rory and Mal.
Urban is
It's
black.
in America.
Yeah, fair enough.
Urban.
Rory and Mal,
said
7
black.
days ago. 149,000 views.
Jesus Christ.
That's an American podcast. Okay, let's go to the Breakfast Club. Let's see. Breakfast Club.
They calling out all American podcasts to say that they're
Breakfast
better
Club.
than American podcasts, being from South Africa.
Breakfast Club. Here we go. A week ago. 139 views.
Ooh. So on YouTube, we're the biggest urban.
Yeah. Someone made me realize I didn't know. I was
The
like,
views
what?
and the numbers.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you find other channels, they've got like 4 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers, but the views per their show does not almost equate.
Yeah.
And ours, we're sitting on 400 and something thousand followers.
Well, about 490
subscribers.
Yeah, because I was checking
and
how
our
far
numbers almost correlate
yeah.
to that figure.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, because it's almost like a strike rate. We almost have like a 90% strike rate.
Bro, we're bigger than Joe Budden right now. How crazy.
Which makes sense. Why? You know? All the other bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what are they talking about? That's one thing I hate, is like when people get comfortable to talk about their numbers in that way. Like, to shit on somebody else or to down another. Like, you don't do that. If you're going to talk about your numbers, talk about it in a way where, hey, we making progress. Let's keep going. Do it to motivate yourself. What the fuck do you have to shit on American podcasts for? That's that weird shit. Y'all niggas is black too. But see, they don't see it that way. See, they'll look over here and they'll look at black people in America as crybabies or people that are too into themselves or be on some other bullshit or have some weird shit to say about black people here in America. But we'll grab the superstars and celebrities from America to help build their fucking podcasts up. Y'all can get some people that's famous in South Africa to pull up on y'all podcast and make it pop, right? You don't need a Ari Lennox to pop out there. The labels send them there when they doing shows overseas. That's not a must. It's when you have more notoriety and now you are more bigger than what you are in America to where you can go and travel overseas, and now the label's like, oh, let's go search for like the biggest podcasts or the biggest shows over in these other countries and get you on there. Stop it. I'm pretty sure Ari Lennox had no idea who these niggas was before they did that shit. But you don't have to do that shit. You don't have to tear down another podcast talking about your weekly numbers just so you could try to big yourself up. That's the weakest shit in the world to me. And niggas is weak for that. Would you mad because a nigga called you a shock jock? Listen to the question you asked. Matter of fact, let me play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play what he said. Let me play what he said so y'all can hear it in context. Go do MacG and Ari Lennox. There we go. Exactly. Black Hippie said people are watching them on YouTube because they can't find them nowhere else. You are these niggas. Who are these niggas? So now I said we don't care about their views. I've never even heard of them. They're in South Africa where the Chinese are taking over. Talk about that. Niggas don't want to talk about that. Shit, they kind of taking over here too, nigga. They been popping up everywhere on Netflix. They got, you know what I'm saying, all these apps and shit. But listen to this. This is what happened on his podcast. Listen.
Like, if I pop it with you, are you gonna play with me or are we gonna get married? Like, the fuck? Like, no in between, no weirdness. You know. Yeah.
And where we at right now? Is someone fucking you good right now?
Oh my God! Whoa there. I'm not having. Whoa, that's a wild question. Why that way? Why ask it that way? Whoa.
Because that's what you say in the song. You know what I mean? I love that part.
When did I say that? I said it in the song.
Yeah. Don't you remember the song?
I do, but I didn't. Oh, I guess I did say that. I did say that time.
So she said that at the end. I guess I did say that. But it's like, you know, of course, it's the way he said it, and, you know, motherfuckers got accents, so it sounds even more cordial when he says it. It's just weird. Of course, it came off weird, but, hey, it was a song lyric. He said it. He got to, whatever, there was no consequences from that. There's no cancel culture out in South Africa. That shit's not going to happen to this guy. Actually, he's going to be fine. But let me answer this. Trav 3000 said, they just talking their shit. Competition is the American way. Yes, you can talk your shit, but it's not like Joe was coming at these guys crazy or said anything foul about them, or for that matter, tried to come at their numbers or their notoriety. He's specifically talking about a situation that happened that landed this guy in the trending topics because he said something about Ari Lennox. He didn't say anything foul about these guys. If anything, this motherfucker, Joe Budden, was giving him an out. Joe Budden was giving him an out. And he took that, just because Joe called him a shock jock, he took that as, you know what, let me shit on this guy. So I don't fuck with that. That's the weird part about it. Now I see y'all, hey, what do y'all say? Y'all said Tom Brady. Yep, I see now. I'm about to mention that now. Breaking news. Tom Brady is retiring from football after 22 extraordinary seasons. They spelled it wrong. They spelled extraordinary. They didn't spell extraordinary. Multiple sources tell Jeff Darlington and me. More coming, ESPN. Breaking news. Tom Brady is done. Thank you. Peace, Brady. You can yeah, you were great at football. You did your thing, but peace out, nigga. It's over. Let somebody else take the reins. Black Hippie said, let's not forget their last pod is going to get views because people want to see what happened with Ari. Exactly. that was to their advantage. Trav said, that's what we do, right? We talk about the numbers, who sold the most records, who got the most rings. Yeah, I know. We can brag about that shit, but it's a way to do it. It's a way to do it. Simo said he could have led to that. He has no tact and probably talks himself out of coochie on the regular. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, we have to talk about this, man. I got to bring this shit up. I feel bad about bringing this up, but I have to because this is some crazy shit. Check this out, y'all. Let me put this up on the screen. I got you. Look at this, man. Apparently, Chris Brown is under fire and is being accused of scrape. Yes, someone who is going by Jane Doe to protect her person claims he drugged and scraped her during a Miami yacht party. Now listen to this. Chris Brown allegedly scraped a woman on a yacht parked at Diddy's Star Island home. This according to a new $20 million lawsuit. Yes, there is a $20 million lawsuit. Excuse me. The singer is being sued by Jane Doe, who says she's a professional choreographer, dancer, model, and musical artist, and she claims Chris went from being friendly to scraping her in a matter of minutes. According to the suit obtained by TMZ, the woman claims Chris grabbed the phone of a friend she was FaceTiming and urged her to come to Diddy's home ASAP on Miami's Star Island. When she arrived there on December 30th, 2020, the woman claims Chris approached her and asked her if she wanted a drink, motioning her toward the kitchen area on the yacht. In the docs, she claims she entered the kitchen with Chris, where he gave her a red cup with a mixed drink and they started talking. After he filled her cup a second time, she claims began to feel a sudden, unexplained change in consciousness. According to the suit, the woman claims she also felt disoriented, unstable, and started to fall in and out of sleep. And that's when she says Chris led her into a bedroom while she was drugged and fell asleep. In the docs, the woman claims Chris closed the bedroom door, barring her attempt to leave, removed her bikini bottoms, and started kissing her. She says she mumbled for Chris to stop, but he persisted and scraped her. The woman claims Chris ejaculated inside her, jumped up, and announced he was done. She claims Chris texted her the next day and demanded she take Plan B. Although she was distraught, she claims she did exactly that. She's suing Chris for $20 million in damages, claiming the alleged scrape is causing her severe emotional distress. The woman's attorneys tell us their client did not report the alleged scrape to cops at the time because was a medical student and was embarrassed. Her attorneys say they're committed to victims being heard and would urge anyone with information to contact them. She reached out to Chris Camp. So far, no word back. This is difficult because, let me just say this. It's easy for people to do the back and forth, for people to be, the people that would say, hey, Chris Brown doesn't have to do this. He's this and that. And then there's the people that's like, oh, we know about Chris Brown's past. He did this to Rihanna and he was crazy with Karrueche. So he's definitely abusive and he does this. Man, you have to really, really, really have some, it's hard to talk about these situations without people looking at you a certain way. But let me just say this. Since I don't know these people, I can say it how the fuck I want to say it. This is my opinion and my opinion only. If this shit really happened, I hope everything that she said that happened and that she has proof of, from the text messages, from all that shit, because they're not going to get no DNA no more. It happened in 2020. So the fact that you said that he ejaculated in you is now irrelevant because it is 2022. there would be no DNA evidence now. So now all you have to ride off of is hoping that there's a witness, hoping that you still have those text messages of him saying get the plan B. And even then, you would have to prove that what happened, like as far as like how that night went. Because people who, in my experience of watching people talk about their experiences, because I've seen this shit when people talk about being drugged or date raped or anything like that, they talk about what happened. If you felt woozy and you passed out, you passed out. But she put a lot of detail in the time when she was basically going in and out of sleep and different things, like talking about you mumbled no. I pray that this, like, because these are the type of things that are horrific. So I'll be hoping that this shit don't happen. But you also can't put nothing past anybody. I don't know Chris Brown, so Chris Brown could be a fucking wacko. But it's these type of things that happen, and it's like, yo, it's 20. Think about this though. Think about the variables in this. The one reason she said that she didn't go to police when this happened was because she was a medical student and she was embarrassed. But we're also talking about Chris Brown, somebody who stayed in the media, in the trending topics for doing something to women. And women, and there being women coming up to and speaking up saying that Chris Brown allegedly did this or that to them. What would have been, in my opinion, embarrassing in a something that I would have found to be a huge win, especially if something like this really happened. Like, oh my God, this really happened. This is Chris Brown. Oh my, the rumors were true. This is 2020. So everything Chris Brown did has already been out there, or allegedly did, has been out there. There's already a stigma about him. So why, I mean, I don't understand why why something like that doesn't happen. Why not go to why don't people, it's fucked up to me, because I don't want my daughter to be that type of woman, to have something like, and God forbid something like that ever happen to my daughter. I would hate for her not to say anything about it. I would hate for her not to go to the police or press charges or have something done. Like, when something like that happens, it's not your fault. If somebody, and I'm talking from an instance like y'all just hanging out, and all of a sudden you have a drink and you pass out, and some random nasty motherfucker who was just there decided to take himself and put himself upon you and take advantage of you. That's not your fault. That is a sick motherfucker that needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be rectified then and there. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Go handle your business when the shit happens. 2 years later, I wonder what gave her the courage to come and tell this story if it's true. Now, let's go on the other hand. Let's say she's lying. We can talk about this, because this is, right now, it hasn't been proven. We can talk about both sides of this. Let's say she's lying. Everything she alleged. This is why I hope and wish that there was a more strict law for people who lie on people and go as far as to get court involved and get lawyers involved and waste taxpayer money on false allegations and tarnishing somebody's name and defaming and defaming somebody's name because you might have a vendetta against them, or you realize that, hey, this has worked for other motherfuckers. It don't make no sense, man. Like I said, I'm not one of those people that wish horrific things happen. I'm hoping, bro. I am hoping that this isn't true. Nate Kush said student loan debt gave her courage, allegedly. That could possibly be something. She said she was a medical student. 2020, that was exactly when the motherfucking the panty happened. The panty demi happened. That's exactly when that happened. Motherfuckers was getting PPPs and unemployment. It was probably lit. Then all of a sudden, that nigga Biden got in office, motherfucker said, whoops. We're not forgiving that shit. Biden said we're not forgiving that shit. Didn't that just come out recently? Didn't that just come out recently? Biden said he wasn't going to forgive that shit. Like, nah, y'all niggas still got y'all student loans. Oh, shit. Motherfucker got a point. That's a good point, Nate Kush. Nate Kush jumped out the bush and said, hey, man, hey, student loan debts. That's what gave her courage, allegedly. And popped right back into the bush. I got a good idea. Let me let y'all in on this real quick. Get your brains working. Hey, man. I'm just saying. Shit was popping. And now it's not. A lot of shit is coming down on people. Oh, I know it was hell when unemployment stopped for a lot of people because people was dependent on that, wasn't going back to work or none of that shit. And it's scarce right now, too. Y'all ever walk into, or matter of fact, not even walk into, but y'all got stores around y'all neighborhood, around y'all city that closing earlier now. And I'm talking about way earlier than they used to. Y'all got places closing down early, places with less employment. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. Work in government for 10 years and clear your student loan debt. Ha. That's easy to say. So now I said nobody's out to get Chris Brown or out to get Chris. Hey, I don't know. I don't like to take some, and that's another thing that people do on the internet is they'll take some things somebody did and any alleged allegations come out about these people, they'll just ride with it. But these same people, when the shit get proven wrong, are quiet as fuck. They don't take up for, or they don't take accountability for the bullshit they said, and essentially helping spread those narratives about that person because they're miserable. They need to hate somebody. They need to put blame on other people because their lives are fucked up. If you are the type of person that sits on the internet all day waiting just to fucking judge motherfuckers and to try to act like you holier than thou, that you better than anybody, or that what you do in life, you walk around with a golden motherfucking halo around your fucking head, you lost your mind. That shit kills me how people will sit there and demonize motherfuckers. It's the worst thing you can do to a motherfucker. But see, people wouldn't understand that because they wouldn't be in that position. It's easy to do it to a celebrity because you don't know that motherfucker. It's easy to do it to a celebrity because it's like, hey, it's a celeb. They ain't shit. Them motherfuckers is rich. They living a life I wish I could live, so I'm just gonna fucking talk shit about them because they're cool anyway. They're good. They'll be all right. It shows a lot of envy in my opinion. That's why I stay the fuck out the way. I just wish everybody well. I wish everybody well. That's why if you got anything bad to say about me, man, you look crazy. How you gonna beef with a positive nigga? What up, Brielle? He said, yep, 6 p.m. and you in Alabama. Shout out to Alabama. Yeah, Walmart closes now. Used to stay open 24 hours. I have a Holiday gas station across the street from our house that was 24 hours. We were used to that shit. I'm talking about we being here kicking it. Especially the days when my daughter's gone for the weekend. We'll be in here chilling, smoking, drinking, and then take a walk over to fucking Holiday, get some fucking munchies, and go back. Do that shit at like 2 o'clock in the morning type shit. We can't do that no more because now they close at 6 p.m. DJ Travel said, Trey Songz get accused of something like this once a month and nothing ever comes from it, or he's found innocent. There's a lot of false claims by women who don't want to work. Yeah, I keep seeing that. That's funny you brought that up because I said that. I was like, dude, Trey Songz gets accused at least once a month. And then people go back to what Keke Palmer said, and then people talk about the other stories that somebody else said, and then nothing happens. I mean, nothing at all. I don't know what the agenda is. I don't know what the point is. I don't know what they're trying to do. But, like, somebody has to come out with some proof at some time, some point. Like, I'm tired of seeing allegations, bro. Start proving these motherfuckers to be who you say they are. Or shut the fuck up. What is this? Ain't nobody in court. Ain't nobody going through no processes. What is happening? Damn. Let me see. The Owl Show says celebrity problems are Scandian fraud for most average people. Holiday has station. What's that? He said Holiday has station. You don't know Holiday gas station? Yeah. That's a gas station. It's called Holiday. You gotta look it up, man. It's a Minnesota gas station. This Rona shit made people lazy. Yes, it did. Yes, it sure did. Let me see. Brio said, y'all remember when August shut down Keke Palmer? What happened when that happened? I didn't see that. That's because August had his eyes on Miss Smith. Miss Pinkett Smith, if you're nasty. Zid said Trey probably got cameras and teddy bears everywhere. Young Ray said people still mad at him for that Rihanna thing, so they just waiting to get him on something. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what's going to come of this because this is a wild-ass story. And then they just, like, threw a random, like, Diddy feature in there. Like, yeah, this happened outside of Diddy's house. So, like, Diddy's attached to it somehow. Like, damn. I agree. DJ said, punish people who falsely accuse harshly. It will stop. Yeah, that's why I said they got to change the laws with that shit. You got to change the laws on that shit. Jermaine also said, hey, bro, I'm late. Did you speak SW Velour? What do you mean? What did SW do? What did N from New York do? Ty Ward says some music video lies she was pushing. I don't know what, man, look, I don't know if this lady's lying or not. I'm not going to say she's lying or not. I'm just saying all this is alleged, and I think it's just crazy timing. As a matter of fact, Chris responded. Chris Brown posted, he said, hey, hold on, let me see if I can find this post. Chris Brown responded. What did Chris say? There we go, right here. Let me show y'all this. Chris said, I hope y'all see the pattern of this. Or I hope y'all see this pattern of cap. Whenever I'm releasing music or projects, they try to pull some real bullshit. That's what Chris said. And it is a pattern of bullshit. And he responded quickly when these claims came out. This is what he had to say in response. Let me read this shit. Young Rain said, yeah, that Diddy attachment was weird, only to make it more valid like they all was at his party or something. Brielle said exactly. He basically implied on social media that Keke was thirsty for him and her friends were telling him about her being thirsty for him. So now I said, that's what I do not understand. Why do they not severely punish the false accusers? I don't know. Some people like to see these celebrities or these people that got a lot of money to fall. especially when they haven't stopped being on top. Like, you can't. This is the thing. Like, people tried to cancel Chris Brown before. He just did Rolling Loud, and it was like, it was crazy. You didn't see, wasn't nobody booing this motherfucker. Wasn't nobody throwing shit at him on stage. Like, get out of here, you woman beater. No, like, for the most part, in reality, in real life, people get over shit. It's the internet that resurfaces shit. Do you really think Chris Brown goes out on a day-to-day basis and people just scream, you're a woman beater to him? Now, I'm pretty sure there are probably some groups that have probably ambushed him before in life after doing what he did for years, and probably, you know, popped up at shows or popped up in the front of his fucking house. But for the most part, if a motherfucker see Chris Brown, especially a nigga who be talking shit on the internet, if they ran into Chris Brown, they gonna take a picture. That's what this world is. That's really what this world is. And people, and that's also shows how miserable motherfuckers is. They really just try to find anything to talk down about somebody on, because they trying to escape their own bullshit in their life. So, hey, let me go attach myself to what's being said about this person so I can run away from the fuck shit I'm doing in my life. I'm telling you, if people had their problems on Front Street on the internet and it was going viral every day, these motherfuckers would shut the fuck up. But these are regular motherfuckers who don't have notoriety, who will sit there and know that they safe behind closed doors, that nothing is going to be ever put out about their life. They have an excuse to talk about other people's lives and try to escape their own. Brio said lying on people about sexual assault should carry a minimum of 3 years in jail. I agree. Maybe even more. Maybe even more. Tywar said, thinking on a larger scale, wasn't it a lie that got Emmett Till lynched? Yeah, that's what people always have to refer to, because this is something heinous. Now, let me even go deeper with that. The girl that's making these claims, let's say she's allegedly lying about this. What if she got family members who don't know this is her scheme, right? She got brothers or cousins or uncles or some shit who take this seriously, and she got to go along with the lie because she can't make it seem like she's telling this. She can't make it seem like she's faking it. So of course, if she see her family members, yeah, this happened, probably work some tears up, and then these motherfuckers go out and try to do something to Chris Brown. Now I know Chris got security, but you never know what the fucking happened. Get him fucked up or get some shit happen to him or whatever the case may be because you telling a lie. Like you said, the Emmett Till shit. That's exactly what happened with him. She carried on with the lie, told some motherfuckers about the shit, and they did what they did to that young black man for what? For nothing. There is clout in false accusing. Yes, it is. It most definitely is. I'll give you a perfect example. The girl that tried to claim that Offset got her pregnant, and she was going at Cardi B and telling Cardi B, "Oh yeah, you're Offset. Offset did this, and now I'm pregnant." And she pulled up a fake pregnancy test and all types of shit. The very same girl that was fucking with Academics, that Selena Powell girl. Then she came out and said she lied about it because Academics made her come out and say she lied about it because that was something that was ruining an actual relationship. A clout chaser who had notoriety put a false claim out there and damn near ruined a marriage and motherfuckers that had a kid already. Just a big clout chasing ass B-word. Who I'm like, yo, I don't know how people are entertaining that type of chick, but I guess do your thing. Which I'm very disappointed in people like not just act for like associating with that girl, but Adam 22 for giving her a job, knowing that this motherfucker is like a sickness to society. People like her, like people that would do something like that, are a sickness to society. They shouldn't have no quote unquote clout. They shouldn't have no notoriety. They shouldn't be famous. They shouldn't be having people follow them, or you guys shouldn't be talking about the motherfuckers, period. See, when you don't speak on motherfuckers, that's when they'll die the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? You don't see nobody talking about 6ix9ine. That nigga's dying the fuck out. Shit is getting weird for 6ix9ine right now because he was one of those people that thought he'd be famous forever. And then shit dried up. He forgot, oh shit, I'm an artist. I can't just do antics this whole time. I'm done doing antics. I can't afford to pay for security every fucking where I go. I'm basically on witness protection. I can't do shows anywhere. This nigga was doing a show every other month in Florida. he wasn't even doing, like, he couldn't go nowhere because he has bad blood damn near in every city. Nobody wants to mess with that dude. If he had a concert anywhere, it'd be in a area where he would have to watch his motherfucking back. So it's value. There is value in trying to not be the shock value motherfucker or the dude that's trying to just chase clout. Look where it gets people. Either in jail, they flop, they fall off, or they dead. I'm not trying to chase no fast goal. I'm not trying to get to this at a quick, I'm taking my time. It's gonna happen when it happens. And I'm gonna do it in a genuine way so where I don't compromise myself or you know, defame my own character. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the one that falls victim to the notoriety and wanting to do all the shit that everybody else wants me to do because it gets views and it's the shit that everybody else wants. Nah, fuck that shit. You take control of your own destiny. You have to. That's a fact. And that's what I want to push on this show, man. Excuse me. That's what I'm trying to push on this show. Control your own destiny, man. Control your own destiny. Don't let nobody else dictate what it is that you do. I know that shit. Like he said 6ix9ine been having shows in Idaho or Montana or some shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He put himself in that box. Not nobody else. He did that. Because he was like, oh, I'm getting millions of views every day for being a motherfucking troll. I'm getting paid for being a troll. I'm being able to buy these big ass chains and all these cars because I'm a fucking troll. It wasn't because his music was just so good. No, man. Like, you gotta understand the character that they build on these social media platforms is what helps them get money and pay and get booked in different places. You have to be a fucking gimmick. And it's wild. Shout out to Brielle for the 20 on the super chat. Appreciate you so much. She said, respect GMS. Thank you so much, Brielle. That means a lot to me, man. Everybody that supports the GMS show in any type of way, whether you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell, follow me on my socials, hit me on my Cash App, or hit the motherfucking super chat. I appreciate it all. He said, we need the haters, GMS. All the old ones like us now. Oh, we the new haters. Or we need new haters. That's what it is. We need new haters. That's, well, yeah. See, like, I think it's going to come a point where, because, I mean, even when you are being a positive person, people hate that too. Like, people going to start questioning whether it is you are who you say you are. And the more you prove you say who you are, that's going to get them more off they fucking rocker because they can't stand it because they some shitty human beings. People who are pieces of shit usually hate people who are positive and do the shit that I do or talk the way that I do. They hate that shit. And I know it. And I like that it bothers them because then they have to put a mirror up to themselves. They got to see how fucked up they are. That's what happens when you lead a positive life, in my opinion. You can't beef with the positive guy. That shit's weird. You don't win. You don't win. At all. Now, if you did not participate in the chat, now is your time. We had a very nice episode, man. GMS fam, the green room. I appreciate everybody who pulled up this Saturday. Put a GMS in the comments. I will shout you out, everybody. They hate happy people, LOL. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. I've never understood that. A motherfucker that's just happy. Man, you can't be that happy. Ain't no way you that happy. Ain't no way you that positive. You don't really wish me well. You don't really wish I succeed. You talked about me screaming in white women's faces, man. You said I do blow. You don't wish me well. No, I do. I do. I really do. I don't want nobody fucked up out here. That's for real. I mean it. I mean it. Joe Blast said the positive disturbs their demons. I like that one. I'm going to write that down as a quote, and I'm going to put Joe Blast. Shout out to Brim Dog, Realist Johnson, C-Mo, Brielle, Arius, Baby G, Joe Blast, Ty Ward, NBA Old Boy, Zen Master. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel as well for all your sports updates. Theodora, NYC, Jermaine, Austin. Appreciate you, GMS fan, for pulling up on me today. That was a nice conversation, man. We're going to keep this shit rolling. We're going to keep this shit pushing. As long as y'all continue to support and pull up when we do this shit, we're going to make it to where we need to be. With your support, we can do anything. Shout out to Young Rain in the building. Click those links right there, man. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back. Hit the like button on the way out. Blood Bath Entertainment. It's all good, man. Hit the rewind. Do your thing. Train 979. I see y'all. Think I'm gonna roll up another. Yeah, I'm gonna roll up another. And I'm gonna take a nap. Then I'm gonna get up. And I might do Club GMS on Twitch tonight. Who knows? A little dab will do you. What up, Wonder Man? Make sure y'all pull. Hey, matter of fact, yeah, if y'all want to jam out tonight, man. If y'all want to jam out tonight, pull up on me on Twitch. Y'all see that link right there. JR posted it. GMS Twitch right there. If you have a Twitch or you need to make one, do that shit. Because tonight, I'm going to be spinning records and having fun. So make sure y'all pull up. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend. Pull up to the Twitch, man. Let's have a good time. Let's spin some records. Let's vibe the fuck out. Bring your drinks, bring your smoke, bring your girl. Ladies, bring your dudes. Have a good time. Hit the dance floor. Get some skates. I don't know. Whatever you got. Whatever you want to do to have a good time. Pull up to the Twitch. And we're going to have a great night. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. 7 or 8. What should I do? 7 or 8? I'll probably do 8. I'll do 8. Yeah, I'll do 8. Let me get a nice little nap in. Ooh, you just finished baking bread. Ooh, baking natural bread. I see you, Tay. You seem like the person that bakes your own bread. I like that. That's some shit that we need to learn as a people. Put out a recipe book. Put out a recipe book. Put out a recipe book. You gotta put out a recipe book. Tay Hedora, NYC, put out a recipe book. You gotta put out a recipe book. Put out a recipe book. Woo. GMS fam, I see y'all. What up, Ty Ward? Pull up to the Twitch tonight, man. We are doing Club GMS. We gonna vibe the fuck out. I'm gone.